The finest wealth switch in records. We have been listening to approximately this for a bit of time now, and as we genuinely type or study this, it's miles turning into a fact, and it is going on as nicely. In this video, I'm going to be outlining this. I'm also going to be playing a clip from Whitney Webb as properly really type of confirming what's about to appear, how you could prepare, and why you need to additionally prepare as nicely. So with that being said, welcome to the channel. My call is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, optimistically via the stop of this video, you do become a subscriber if we take a short appearance. At this post here from Unusual Whales, we have toddler boomers are set to skip greater than 68 trillion onto their kids in line with NBC. So the toddler growth era has retired with the document 76 trillion internet well worth. This could be very large. Now, sure, a variety of this can be exceeded down. The big query is what is they do with this quantity of wealth? Are they going to reinvest it into the vintage regime, or are they going to be investing it into new possibilities? Greater flashy opportunities that, as an instance, BlackRock is pushing, in my opinion, yes, they will, because they see it as a completely comparable possibility to like the .com. You understand? Boom. Even over here, we've got the awesome wealth switch. According to the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, U.S. family wealth totaled 146 trillion as of Area 2 of 2023. Of this total, infant boomers and older generations born 1964 and in advance together hold 95.6 trillion, or kind of 2/3 of the fullest wealth, notwithstanding the organization representing much less than one-third of the adult populace. So that is a totally very massive amount of money, and we're going to see a huge wealth switch. Now, the big query is, how is this going to have an effect on people who see crypto already as a chief opportunity? If you're placed properly, when you have been making ready, if you've been doing your research as well, you understand that there is some exceptional possibilities in a totally nevertheless volatile market, nevertheless form of constructed round hype and hypothesis. But if you look beyond that, and you certainly sort of read among the traces, you realize that there's a whole lot of terrific possibilities within the space. And I do believe that the ones super opportunities are going to draw plenty of capital. And I also suppose this is wherein we start to see a much bigger photo being drawn out, which is extra, so wager what? We are witnessing almost a second opportunity to be part of something as large as the .com increase, but I certainly assume it's going to be a good deal bigger, because you've got to recollect that this is not technically currencies. Everyone has this huge false impression in relation to crypto, and that they assume that, oh, it's currencies. It is currencies. It's generation, and it is technology that has the opportunity to release a big amount of opportunity around investment, automobiles, asset instructions, you name it. Now, even over here, though, from NBC News, there is a massive wealth transfer underway. It has started out, and it's simplest going to accelerate. This is from the top of consultant engagement for BlackRock's wealth advisory enterprise. So if we reflect on consideration on this, proper BlackRock is already telling you what's up, it has started, and it is best going to accelerate. It is. That's why we study what BlackRock is pushing. They are pushing the Bitcoin and Ethereum teach, looking to get humans to FOMO in on that. But in case your appearance past that, there's other extremely good opportunities inside crypto. But this wealth transfer in reality is happening. And this is wherein we honestly kind of look at, all right, nicely, wherein is that this wealth going to push into, even over here from Merrill Lynch. So that is a Bank of America company, as you men are in all likelihood all privy to, but we've got, will the notable wealth transfer transform the markets? As trillions in assets drift to their heirs over the following too many years, they're making investment options, may want to create new possibilities. Some trends are already emerging. It's been known as the best wealth switch in history. 84 trillion in assets is set to alternate arms over the next 2 decades. According to estimates by means of the consulting company as Sorority Pals, the recipients, mostly contributors of the Generation X, the ones born between 1965 and 1980 millennials, 1981 to 1996, and Gen Z 1997 to 2012, are expected to inherit 7 to 2012, are expected to inherit 70 to 2012, are expected to inherit 72 trillion of that quantity, mainly from toddler boomers. However, the relaxation going to charity. Now, if we observe this, right, we've got purchase the numbers, the excellent wealth transfer, expected wealth to be inherited through 2045 by means of technology. So 4 trillion toddler boomers born 1946 to 1964, Gen X 1965 to 1980, 30 trillion. Then we've got millennials, 27 trillion. This is 1981 to 1996. And then Gen Z, 1996. And then Gen Z, 1997 to 2012, 11 trillion. Again, very massive quantities of money. But we have to study what they are going to be making an investment in. A lot of humans are still looking at actual estate. And even though it's extremely good, right, you've got to recollect that shares, bonds, real estate, all this stuff is going to be tokenized. Think about that proper. BlackRock, that's one among the biggest names available, despite the fact that they have been pushing Bitcoin and Ethereum. Consider what Larry Fink advised you, tokenization is the big component to attention on. And right here we have more youthful buyers are much less confident in traditional investments. Age 21 to 42, 75% agree or strongly agree that it's not viable to achieve above average returns solely with conventional shares and bonds. Age 43 plus, 32%, they are extra open to opportunity asset training. We without a doubt have here, say, private equity is an investment that gives the greatest opportunity to develop, 25%, 15%. Now, if we reflect on consideration on this proper, what are they going to be searching into? Well, we've got a bigger stake in sustainable investments, presently own sustainable investments in their portfolio. All respondents, 26%, age 21 to 42, 73%. We have real property, a middle investment for all. The crazy aspect about actual property being a middle funding is that despite the fact that, yeah, that's excellent, actual property is flowing on chain already. So what is truly going to be the big funding to focus on? Is it going to be the conventional such things as real property, stocks, bonds, such things as that? I assume that there is going to be an extra go back in investing into protocols and ledgers, which can be going to permit for tokenized actual state to grow to be a fact. This is why I try and do the studies on those, and I try to find the ones before we begin to see possibilities of actual property being tokenized. But also, if we pass over right here, we've got, here's how businesses can ensure they are blockchain ready. Do not forget this from November of 2021. This is the World Economic Forum. If you actually study into this, there may be a section in here that gives you a breakdown of the reality that 867 trillion can be disrupted by using dispersed ledger generation. And that is at some stage in tokenization. And if we look up here, there is a growing consumer call for all styles of new sectors in the blockchain space, which include DeFi and NFTs and emergent smart settlement applications in insurtech, environmental sustainability, actual state, and extra. This is an up-to-date view in phrases of the on-chain property. Again, tokenization right now could be sitting at about more or less $170 billion. That's the quantity of tokenized raw was. DeFi, 93 billion. Cryptocurrency sitting nevertheless around like nearly 2 trillion or so. Debt markets, inventory markets, global real estate, derivatives, gold, insurance, global change, worldwide advertising, gaming, and a lot greater. Guys, there's quadrillions of dollars tied to these things. Even worldwide real estate itself is a $380 trillion asset elegance by itself. If we're considering how the entirety is shifting towards digital, we need to reflect on consideration on if we're approximately to see the greatest wealth switch in records. And if the tremendous percentages of these which are inheriting this sum of money are searching at conventional shares and bonds and matters as no longer a huge possibility to make a ton of cash, what else are they going to be searching at? What we know that the crypto growth is simplest going to retain is going to develop specifically as we do start to see more players like BlackRock looking into it, pushing it. So as we reflect on consideration on that, right, in which is the biggest possibility for funding increase is going to be in legitimate initiatives in crypto. But additionally, over right here, we've got some other wealth transfers coming. This is precisely what we've been pronouncing. CBDCs and stablecoins are each programmable and controllable. If you sincerely apprehend the lengthy term recreation plan and what is absolutely occurring